Hi, this is Eugenia Mitchell, host of At Home with the Mitchells. Thanks for listening to the following podcast on Public House Media.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Your Life Matters podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mariah White, and I am a passionate pediatric nurse practitioner and fired up health and happiness coach, here to deliver a message to you. This podcast is meant to provide a hope and a dream that fuels your soul to dream big and to dream bold and to inspire and empower you to live out your wildest freaking dreams and to grab a hold onto the unwavering truth that you were made for more. What's up, guys? Happy freaking Tuesday. I am so grateful that you're here. I just really am ready to just dive in deep with you and grow your heart set, mindset, and just help you on this journey during this incredibly difficult, uncertain time. If you are tuning in the future, or you are in the midst of it where you're listening every single Tuesday, I thank you. But right now we're dealing with coronavirus, or otherwise known as the COVID-19 pandemic. And as Dr. Mariah comes to you right now, I just want you to know that whatever it is that you're dealing with, you are going to be okay. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We are in this global pandemic that's affecting everyone, and I am just so grateful that you are tuning in to where you're getting poured into, that you are growing yourself, that you are on a mission to still feel good even in the midst of things. Before we get started though today, I wanted to make sure that you knew about my brand new texting feature that you can interact with me one-on-one and just engage. I am going to be sending weekly or bi-weekly, or I haven't figured it out, but anytime I feel spiritually compelled to, I'm sending a text message in the masses to you guys so that you have motivation and you're equipping yourself, especially during this time. And if you are interested in that, please just text My Life Matters to 31996. Again, that's My Life Matters to 31996. I'll text you right away, and then you'll be plugged into and subscribed to my text where I get to just pour into you and mentor you. Next, I want to just say, if you haven't already, head over to Apple's or Spotify, wherever you're listening to, whatever platform you're listening on. Just head over and leave a rating or review. Move over the stars and share with me what this podcast is doing for you. I have so many incredible listeners. Shout out to France and Italy and Russia and the US, where we are on a mission to be in the top of the podcast charts, because I truly believe us as a platform of the Your Life Matters podcast, we are on a mission to help inspire other people. If you have sent this to one of your friends or a family member, I thank you. Also, tag me at Dr. Fit White and tag the Your Life Matters podcast, which is on Instagram. It's its own platform page where I get to interact with you. So many people are sending me such heartfelt messages, or what this has done for them. A lot of people love the Get Into the Arena of Your Life podcast. A lot of you tuned in, especially when Bianca's birthday was last 2 weeks ago. You guys were tuning into my birth story, all of the things, right? But I just wanted to take a minute and tell you all of the things that I have to offer, as well as being a business mentor and a lifestyle coach. If you are in this place where you are needing to move your body, or if you, like me, tuned into the Rachel Hollis Rise live conference, you know 5 to Thrive, moving your body is so important and so critical. So if you are needing a way to virtually access a gym and health and fitness, please reach out to me. And if you are needing a mentor, the Born to Shine mentorship program is live, open, and well. And I am loving all of the connections I'm building and all the people that I'm mentoring and the growth that is happening as we are shifting paradigms and moving mountains in their life. So I wanted to just shoot out all of those things. There's amazing things happening on multiple platforms for Born to Shine, for Dr. Mariah, for me. And it's all because of you guys. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't be coming up with different ideas on how to reach you guys if it wasn't for you telling me that you need this. So continue to pour into what is needed, and I will continue to just strive to do my best to give it to you. So as we talked about in the last couple of weeks, is thriving and getting through and surviving and making this time really count, right? I tuned into the Rise Live conference. I make it my mission every single year to tune into something professionally and tune into something personally. And this was my conference, the Rise X Live. It was Rachel Hollis's first live conference. Obviously, with everything going on, we had to be able to do it. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys during this time as a progression in the things that we've already talked about is I know that there is a lot going on. I know that there is a lot happening in your life. And maybe you're on the other spectrum where life doesn't look a whole lot different, but people you're taking care of or your interaction with family looks a little bit different, but you're still going to work. You're still doing the same things, all intents and purposes. Maybe your kids are just home and in your space, but really, truly, life hasn't changed. There's some of you that are in that boat, and then there's some of you that are laid off or furloughed or in this place of really hardship, or you're a business owner, or you're now having to figure out how to work from home and teach your kids, and the laundry list goes on, right? So before we get started, wherever you are in life, if you're driving, do not do this, but if you are in a place where you can sit or stand, I want you to take a deep breath and really blow out. Like if I'm next to you, I want to be able to hear the. So that's 2 really big breaths. Now I want you to hear me. Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders and drop them down. Roll them back. Sit up nice and tall and take in 1 huge breath and blow out. I want you to breathe in all the positivity and capability and hope and gratitude, and blow out the negativity, blow out the stress, blow out the overwhelm, and know how amazing you are. Now, guys, if you did that, I want you to understand that you are capable and able of controlling your heart set and your mindset at all times. Refocusing yourself, unclenching your jaw, rolling your shoulders back. It all helps. Like even I'm doing that right now as I'm recording next to my mic. I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, even I needed that deep breath and to reset myself. And I wanted to make sure that we were in that mindset before I got started with what we were talking about, because so often we worry about so many things, right? So many things that could potentially go on. And I love this reference that Rachel had this past weekend, and it was the nachos, the plate of nachos. This is all the things that we worry about, right? It's overwhelming. It's a huge platter. I don't know how I'm going to attack it. And the things that can happen is like a tortilla chip. But then the things that actually happen is that jalapeno seed that's sitting on top of the tortilla chip. And the thing that I want you to gain from this analogy is think about your future, and if you are a fixed mindset type of person or a growth mindset type of person. A fixed mindset thinks about one thing and one thing only, right? But what I want to do is shift you into the growth mindset. So say you're sitting there and you're confronting your fears, and your biggest fear is going to happen and you're dealing with it. I want you to continue to say, I want you to start it with what if, and then say your fear, and then, and then, and then, and then, and I want you to go levels deep in it. So one thing that, if I'm just being honest, I thought about when all of this happened, as I became an adult and mom and responsibilities, right? After I resigned, I didn't have a backup plan. And I just knew I needed to get out. I knew I needed to stand up for myself and for other people. And in the midst of me standing up, in the meantime, 4 other providers have done the same thing, and I'm proud of them. And I've reached out to them in a way that is just encouraging and empowering, because we deserve better. Our patients deserve better, and I'm proud of them. But when all of this was happening, when I was confronting my biggest fear, I said, if my biggest fear were to happen of losing my house, Will I die? Will I stop dead in my track and roll over die? No, I won't. I will continue to live. But if I were to lose my house, and if my biggest fear happens, I will lose my house, and then I will figure it out. And then I will recover. And then I will fix my credit. And then I will buy another house. And then I will start all over again. And then I will be okay. All of these things, right? Same thing when I was fired. Okay, my biggest fear is that I was going to get fired. I was going to lose my income like that. I went from having multiple six figures to not, right? So then all of a sudden it was like, okay, I lost my job, and then I'm going to apply for other jobs, and then I'm going to do my interviews, and then I'm going to ask for a position. And then guess what? That contract got ripped for me. It got ripped out of my hands with COVID-19. So then it was like, okay, and then I'm going to go back to applying, and then I'm going to have interviews, and then I'm going to work my business, and then I'm going to make it impossible to lose my house or lose my cars or lose the things that I've strived to have. And then I'm going to continue to grow, and then I'm going to stand on my own 2 feet. Do you see that progression of things? There's a difference when you're confronting your fears with that. What if that does happen? Okay, so what if that I do lose my house? I will not die from losing my house. I will lose my house, my beautiful 5-bedroom, beautiful landscape, beautiful, like open concept, cream gold color concept, like all of the things, right? I love my freaking house. But if I lose my house, will I gain another one? Yes. Will I die? No. Will it be okay? Absolutely. And that's the things that we need to continue to focus on. And we need to build that shift in our mindset to be resilient. What is resilient? It's resiliency is you continuing to grind. My word of the year is unshakable. My word 2 or 3 years ago definitely was resilient, relentless. But this year it's unshakable because I'm attaching all of those things. I have an unshakable belief and an unwavering methodology and mission to help incredible people. I am resilient in that. And if I understand everything that's going on, if I don't do something to actively change my mindset, it won't change. So if you are that person that, no, if I lose my house, then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do, and you spiral out of control, and all of it leads to death and dying and living in a cardboard box on the street, of course you're going to be fearful, and you're never going to propel yourself forward. But honestly, if you challenge yourself physically, and you get back up, and you move your body, you change your mind, and you do it again, and again, and again, and again and again, you will build that resiliency. You will build that tenacity. Have the courage to fight for control of your mindset. That is the most important thing, because we have to figure out how to navigate through times of a crisis. We have to be able to understand that we can have the antidote to success. We can strive for greatness during this time. In the most difficult time, there's a direct correlation between the amount of uncertainty and the amount of happiness that we have. And it all starts with your mindset. It all starts with having a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. Being able to answer the what if this happens, and then say, and then I will, and then I will, and then I will. It's like a cat, right? You have 9 lives, but you always land on your feet. If I were to lose it on my kid because they're home, and then I will go apologize, and then we will go on and play, and then we will learn from it, and then we will continue to grow, and then I will ask how I can better structure their learning environment. Incorporate your kids into this time. Don't just assume what they need. And then also understand that when you're avoiding the newness and uncertainty, you're also avoiding joy and productivity. Think about it. Babies are always learning, right? But they learn in the uncertainty. Bianca is literally everywhere. She's trying to figure out what this is and how this works and where it goes and how to turn it on and how to break it and all of the things. But nothing ever stops her. She's in this continual chase and pursuit of uncertainty. So she's trying to learn. And somewhere along the line, with all of the no's, we stopped and we thought that uncertainty equals fear. We thought that it was better to have a fixed mindset of go to work, work your 9 to 5, clock in, clock out, get an education, get married, have kids. All of these things are a fixed mindset. It's a blueprint that we have literally had ourselves ingrained into believing was the only way. And then when something shakes us, like COVID-19, everything is shattered. But if we would have grown from, instead of having a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, if we would have overcome our limitations and overcome our expectations, we are going to continue to strive, because a lot of times it's our past that dictates our present and our future. So a lot of our past experiences dictate whether or not we should have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. I could easily say, well, because I was married at once upon a time and I got a divorce, I'm never going to be happy and I'm never going to, have the white picket fence with it. Well, guess what? Is that really what I wanted, or is that what society and my past had taught me that I wanted? So these are all the things that I want you to think about. These are all the things that I want you to feel. And I want you to just do a brief exercise of analyzing your mindset and think to yourself, what are you feeling right now? For me, what am I feeling right now? Stress, overwhelm, anxiety. Have I felt this way before? Ask yourself that. So maybe you said anxiety. We'll go with anxiety. What are you feeling now? Anxious. Have you felt like this before? Absolutely. There's not enough hands and feet in the world to tell you how many times I felt anxious before. Now, what made you feel like this in the past? Well, there was a period of time where I was homeless. There was a period of time that I had to walk to that DES office and get on food stamps. There was a period of time that I couldn't pay for anything. There was a period of time my mom would come and check on me and sneak groceries into the pantry. That's times where I felt anxious. And then ask yourself, how is that experience related to what you're feeling now? My perception is that because I'm anxious right now in this time period, that I'm going to go right back to being homeless, that I'm not going to be able to take care of my daughter, that I'm not going to be able to be a good mom, that I'm not going to be able to stand on my own 2 feet, that I will end up being abandoned and rejected. Do you see that progression of things? So I want you to think about your perception of what's going on and how it directly correlates to your past. And then I want you to take the biggest deep breath and blow it all out. You are not your past. You are not your fixed mindset. You are not going to break. You are not going to die. You will overcome COVID-19. You will make it through, because there is an end. There is an end. I want you, my friend, to embrace the chance, embrace the positivity built within this time of uncertainty. I want you to understand that it's not consistency that you need, but it is self-confidence to know that you can continue to go, and you will keep your promises to yourself. You will wake up an hour before you usually wake up. You will move your body for at least 30 minutes. You will drink all the water that your body needs. You will eat a nutritious meal all the time, and occasionally enjoy that glass of wine or occasionally enjoy that chocolate bar. You will try to grow your mind every single day, because you deserve the best, because you are worthy of growing. I want you to do these activities. I want you to really listen to it. And if you need to, again, I want you to really think back to what we said. What are you feeling right now? How have you felt this way before? What made you feel like this in the past? And how can that experience relate to what you're feeling now? And then I want you to shatter it. And then I want you to think about your deepest, darkest fear. And I want you to say, and then I will, and then I will, and then I will, and then I will. Because you, my friend, are capable of the most incredible things, and you will not falter. You will not waver. You will continue to strive, and you are more than capable. So friends, I hope this helped. I hope this gave you all of the sense of positivity, joy, and fulfillment that you needed today, to know that you are so freaking amazing and that you will not die from what is happening, that you will overcome in this season of hardship, that you are capable of the impossible, because in the word impossible, it says, I am possible. Guys, I love you with all of my heart and soul. Again, please reach out to me if you need anything. Please go ahead and subscribe again to the text message thread that I have at 31996. Text My Life Matters, because it does, because you are amazing, and because I am here to empower and inspire you to live out your wildest dreams and to grab a hold onto the unwavering truth that you were made for more. All right, friends, until the next episode of Your Life Matters. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Your Life Matters podcast. I'm so grateful that you're here. I just ask that you share this episode with somebody. I ask you to just share it and give it to somebody who could potentially need to hear this message. I really am on a mission to help hundreds of thousands of people to believe that their mess is their message and that their story really does matter, and that above all, their life matters. I'm so grateful that you're here. I want you to share this episode. And then on top of that, if you could please leave a rating or a review, or both. Let me know what speaks to you. Let me know what you need to hear. Let me know what you've connected with, because that's going to be the best way that I can make sure that I'm giving you guys exactly what you need. I love you guys with all my heart. I'm so grateful for you, and I want you to know the difference and the impact you guys make in my life. I love seeing your messages. I love seeing when you guys private message me or screenshot it and share it on Instagram or Facebook, because it lets me know that this podcast is doing exactly what it was meant to do. And it's to make sure that there's an impact being made, and to help remind you and everyone else that your life matters.